Now, quickly shifting our focus to the international arena. This is from the United States, and amid the US Venezuela unrest that we see, it's the Venezuelan opposition leader María Corina Machado who's left her Nobel Peace Prize. At the White House, Machado praises Trump and says, Trump supporters can count on me. Trump confirms he has the Nobel Peace Prize medal. Viewers, this is the breaking news that we're bringing to you. It's a very interesting development that's taken place. Let's quickly first listen into what Machado had to say before we proceed into a conversation here.
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, and I told him this, listen to this. 200 years ago, General Lafayette gave Simon Bolivar a medal with George Washington's face on it. Bolivar since then kept that medal for the rest of his life. Actually, when you see his portraits, you can see the medal there. And it was given by General Lafayette as a sign of the brotherhood between the United States, the people of the United States and the people of Venezuela in their fight for freedom against tyranny.
It's a very interesting development that's come about, viewers, and we are being joined by Rosalie Hernandez, journalist from Caracas, Venezuela, to in fact shed more light and share her insights on this very particular event that's come about. Rosalie, thank you so much for speaking to us on India Today, and I really hope I am pronouncing your name right. If I am not, please go ahead and correct me. Wishing you a very good morning from India at this point of time. My first question to you would be, Machado having kept her Nobel Peace Prize that was awarded to her for her long journey and the inspiration that she's been on in that very field by the Nobel Committee. The Nobel Committee had already come out to say that this particular award, once given to someone, once bestowed upon someone, is non-transferable. It cannot be given to somebody else. How are we looking at this?
Yeah, well, good morning for you. Good evening for me. Yeah, well, first of all, I can hear you. I hear you really low, so I don't know if you can please say that so I can understand you better. Yeah, well, the Nobel Prize is a really prestigious prize, and all the committee has made a statement that that cannot be done. You cannot give the Nobel Prize to another person, not in any way. But I think that she did it because she knows how the personality of Donald Trump is. He's a really complicated man. So she needs to make a statement, a really strong statement, to say, well, I'm the leader of Venezuelan opposition. If you want the prize to make me part of this new phase of Venezuelan change, well, I'm going to give it to you. Because I think that right now that can make me, I don't know, some way important to you. So, but I don't think that was a really good move for her, because the Nobel Prize Committee said really clearly that she cannot do that.
Right, Rosalie. So at this given point of time, the situation that we've seen pan out over the last few weeks, we've already seen that when it comes to the American president, he had made his aspirations for winning a Nobel Peace Prize very clear before it was awarded to Machado. And then a few months later, this is what we see, Machado, in fact, bestowing her particular award to Donald Trump. Would you say the people of Venezuela, even those who were in support of this very move where the president was in fact taken in from Venezuela, would you say they are in support of this particular move, given the fact that Machado herself was a symbol of protest, was a symbol of freedom from the particular regime that Venezuela was under? So she herself is quite a personality in Venezuela, and people have supported her. People have supported her cause, both politically and ideologically. So would you say Venezuela right now agrees with this move of hers?
Yeah, I didn't understand the last word that you say.
Would you
I'm hearing
say,
you really, really low.
Would you say that Venezuela agrees with this particular move by Machado?
I don't think so. Right now, I was trying to talk to people of what I think that they are thinking about this, and they cannot understand what is happening. Because they know that María Corina Machado deserve this no this prize, and they don't. Everybody's questioning about what is this move. Why did she make this move? Also, they are questioning why she went to the White House in those conditions. She wasn't interviewing with Donald Trump in the Oval Room. She was in a really small place, very private place where they have a lunch, and they didn't even publish a picture of this meeting. So everybody's questioning if this was a really smart move or was a desperate move to try to make herself in somehow present in this moment that has been really televised. Everyone is trying to see what is happening in Venezuela. She thinks that she owns a place in this new journey that Venezuelans are going through. So I think that everyone is thinking that she's trying to be recognized in all this noise that is making between the U.S. The administration of Donald Trump and all the noise that is making the Chavistas in here. So I think that it was just a really emotional move for her to try to do something to make herself notice in all these places. But Venezuelans, they are not really pleased
Right. So
of
Venezuelans
this move.
don't agree with this particular move at large, is what we are given to understand, Rosalie. But I'll take a very important question here, and it's a little bit of a tricky question as well. When the entire capture happened from Venezuela, when the entire Operation Absolute Resolve took place, a lot of people had questioned Trump's intent at this given point. The intent of the United States to go ahead and intervene into another country and its internal matters, bringing in its elected leader to the United States, capture him and bring him into the United States. At this point of time, would you say that the world might actually view this particular move of Machado giving her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump as, another of his whims, that yes, this was also already in plan when Trump had given a green signal for Operation Absolute Resolve, that yes, this will also probably take place eventually, that Machado might actually, bestow her award, transfer her award from herself to Trump? Would you say that was also in the thought process when the entire operation was conducted?
Well, I don't think that is a match between the two things, the Nobel Prize and the Absolute Resolve operation. I think that right now we are in a really difficult place because it's not only the capture of Nicolás Maduro, there's also an institutional, a really deep institutional uh, rupture. The Chavistas are trying to take all what is left in the government, in all the institutions. So I don't feel a connection. I don't see a connection between the Nobel Prize and the Absolute Resolve operation. I think that, how I was saying to you, I think that María Corina Machado is trying to explain to Donald Trump that she needs to be part of this movement because she owns it. She has worked a lot to be in the place that she is right now. But I don't think that it is related. I think that there has been a lot of negotiations before the Nobel Prize took place. I think that there is two separated things. I don't think. I think that it happens in the same
You
time,
don't think,
but I don't think that has to be related.
you don't think it's related at all? That is, That is, yeah. Continue with your thought, please.
Yeah, yeah, I think that the history in a long term is going to show us that all the little things that are happening at the same time make somehow to this happen. You know, María Corina Machado right now can be the person who leads a diplomatic movement where she can coordinate with other person, other leaders, or other political leaders of the opposition to try to see how they are going to restructure all what is left in
So this is
Venezuela. I think that
more of
all these
Mercado's, Rosalie, this is more of Mercado's own doing, one might even say, wherein she is trying to put up a balancing act at this given point of time, also working on relations with the United States while trying to handle situation at home as well, trying to appease people at home as well. And definitely there is no appeasing required because people are aware of the struggle, of the journey that she's had, which is why the Nobel Peace Prize
yeah.
in 2025 was in fact awarded to her. Thank you so much, Rosalie Hernandez, for joining us on India Today and putting forward your insight into this very development where, viewers, as we were just bringing to you, it is Mercado who was the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize of 2025, who's now left that very prize in the White House. This comes in as a big development. How the world reacts, that is something we will keep a very close watch on.